We'll be talking about the second type of immunity called acquired immunity. Maming sinadong takchare acquired adi kaino. What is the dictionary meaning of acquired? Acquired adi gain to. I've acquired some knowledge. I already known the why that among the knowledge of gain to it. And the body should have try observe the now may our immunity. The immunity that is not present from birth, the immunity that is earned from outside. Mapanda ko na earn to ko na gain to. Wala matunda ko na gain to immunity ni higher to massive. Yare ko. Ana acquired immunity ki property mga hana igiya sir. Number 1. Ahanmada karam kanda generate to gane mo de. Acquired immunity develop after birth. Question 0 is the acquired immunity developed after birth, when encountered with a pathogen. When encountered with a pathogen. Mahik tuga thingnaraba matamda kona generate to immunity do ado acquired immunity ne hana dai yaw late skin se hana dagi yaw la bra skin se popular yaw le ba popular yaw immunity ko is skin is one example of innate immunity example in ability. Next up, anisubada. They are not always available as they are from the body. Karam kanda kam generate to iba. Pathogen duga thingnaraba matamda adudi hana dagi like hai not always available. They are available only when they encounter with the pathogen. There we go. Next, they are very, very specific in action. Yam specific way ba moise. Kamine specific way no makta laya kadarak ko. Ani subada, they can retain the memory of first encounter. They can retain the memory of first encounter. Ay hana igiyo ko. Aduga kari hay no do sir tam na hairake. First encounter. Sima, last way na point ng yes sir, aduga yarni. Innate immunity se kay gimateng na fight over with hello. Barriers gimateng na fight over. Now in acquired immunity, the disease-causing organisms are fight by using two specialized cells, one called B lymphocyte and another called T lymphocytes. Yani ko, sidadi kay involve pathogens are eliminated or fight with the hello involve two specialized cells. Cell anikang darkar oil acquire immunity generate to high and they are none other than B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. One is B lymphocytes. We'll be talking about this little later. And another one is T lymphocytes. Akoidi comparison oina hepatan surnation oina hanakeko. Acquired tamdringaida kai hanatamge. Innate immunity. Innate immunity karam kanda yaw inborn pokpade yaw immunity na innate immunity. Poba matungda mahiktuga thingarura kanda kona generate torkusina acquired. Innate immunities are not specific in the sense that they are always available to fight any disease-causing organism. Virus disease bacteria protozoa they always try to prevent the entry of the pathogen. Whereas acquired immunity na fight only a specific pathogen na fight innate immunity the first encounter memory return to acquired immunity the return to innate immunity the barriers fight whereas acquired immunity the cell B lymphocyte cells T lymphocyte cells fight let us suppose see sir skin which belongs to what type of immunity? Innate immunity. Innate first line of defense. First line of defense. Any body skin will come out and try to prevent the entry of disease in the first place. By any chance, by any means, skin. In other words, the first line of defense fails. The first line of defense fails for yellow shell. Let's say this green dots represents the germs or the bacteria coming in. We have second line of defense lady. Just remember, second line of defense also belongs to innate immunity. Second line of defense cellular barrier, cytokine barrier. Those are the second line of defense. So what are the things that I mentioned in the cellular barrier? Some of the cells that I mentioned are neutrophils, polymorphonuclear leukocyte neutrophils, macrophages, monocytes, and one more, natural killer cells. WBCs की subtypes and they are all capable of doing a particular phenomenon called as phagocytosis. Phagocytosis is any foreign particle is if the first line of defense fails, what will come out then? The second line of defense. Those monocytes, the neutrophils, the macrophages comes out and they're trying to prevent the disease again. Let's suppose they also fail. First line of defense fail. Second line of defense fail. In other words, innate immunity fail in our cell. Even though innate immunity is fail, we still need not to worry because we have another immunity acquired immunity. Acquired immunity current generate only when the innate immunity fails. Innate immunity acquired. So they are not available. Let's suppose the first line of defense key, the second line of defense, all those barriers, cellular barriers fail. So anyhow eliminate then only when the pathogens take entry into the body, here the bacteria and germs are represented by the green dots represented. Only when the pathogen is available in the body, then only activates the acquired immunity activator. Can I activate already? Two cells get activated. The first one is T cell. Can I sum up T cells? Had the T lymphocyte T cells activate already. Body that's when first line of defense fails, second line of defense fails, T cells activate already. Once I have some the T cells activate the T cells start giving command to the B cells. The command B cells. B cells is the B lymphocyte. Kay command. Yan tuna nangi rocket launcher do kapuan. Otherwise, the antigen will do something in our body, do something very quickly. Try to eliminate the pathogens and command B cell. So the main commanding officer is T cells there. So T cells gives command to the B cells. Only after getting the instruction from the T cells, the B cells start launching. The B cells start launching missiles made up of proteins. These proteinaceous missiles are called antibodies. And whatever the things coming in are called, whatever the foreign particles coming in are called antigens. Antibodies so available or active. Antibodies are not available. T cells are not available. B cells are not activated. They get activated only when the pathogen takes entry into the body. Only when the innate immunity fails, then only this becomes alive or activated. Now with the help of these missiles, the antigens will get destroyed or eliminated. Hojik sergi body the changaiba asangba machugi dotsi kai mehi ohen sige ekoina khangba ma hapsi thar naiba cholera me ko lage ai thoina pangen pali ko cholera ka pa yaw de ko cholera is caused by bacterium called Vibrio cholerae ko amna thole kai ko ba Vibrio cholerae ai kai ge pangen na pali no Vibrio di tambra. What will be the shape of this bacteria? This particular bacteria that is capable of causing cholera takes entry into the body. Because of its entry, the T cells is first activated, which in turn activate B cells, now launch the proteins called antibodies. and eliminate the antigens. Vibrio polarity to thugare. But one point to be noted here, production of antibodies takes time. I handle higher level. Machine the polarity makes it again higher than machine with antibodies how to antibody production maybe about 2 weeks, 3 weeks again. Other than the put for it, some hiding, I know that the bacteria by one the man infections one in it. I don't but I'm doing it antibodies put for it, put for a thing I'm to that. Once the antibody start producing, when it takes by your antigens to buy, I don't know that I am recovered already. To buy one, Namrinai Marak Sematam Karasilema, there you go. So this is all about the first entry of the Vibrio polarity into the body. Vibrio polarity na sir body ka chana bala kai thing ho raha hai kai activate ho rahe the T cells, the B cells along with the antibodies are produced. See put ho raha now with the help of these 3 cells the antigens gets eliminated. Eliminate over. I mutal again. So the antigens gets eliminated here. See eliminate over sir. Make to hot over. Even though the bacteria gets eliminated, what is still available in the body against the cholera? Against the cholera, B cells putore, T cells putore, and also certain amount of the antibodies against the cholera. So that when the pathogen cholera it enters the second time. Missile antibodies. B cells, T cells, so the pathogens will be quickly eliminated. Before start showing symptoms. That's why we do not have chickenpox or smallpox second time. Why? Because our body has already got the B cells, the T cells, and the antibodies against those chickenpox and smallpox. Wait a second. But do my body have antibodies against pneumonia? Wait, look here. What causes pneumonia? Streptococcus pneumoniae. Hojik sir ki body da kai later. What is available in my body? Antibodies. The B cells and T cells specially meant for destroying cholera but my body is not yet having antibodies, B cells and T cells for Streptococcus pneumoniae. Streptococcus pneumoniae issued by the B cells activate T cells activate antibodies to that. In other words, one antibodies can destroy only one pathogen. Antibody fight pathogen. So we can say that acquired immunity are very, very specific, unlike innate immunity. Skin di, cholera ki pneumonia ki typhoid ki they always try to prevent, no matter what disease causing organisms they are. Whereas this system that I'm talking about, they will fight against only a particular disease. Acquired immunity is they are very specific. I hope you understood. I have so many things to talk here. Acquired immunity is now, question number 4. Acquired immunity now, disease causing microbes in eliminate. How do acquired immunity eliminate or kill the disease causing microbes? That is pathogens eliminate by using 2 mechanisms. One called humoral immunity and another called cell mediated immunity. I will keep this. Not on media CC. I talk about change some toxic slide. Yung sila Changalasi, masaya green na support club na green ulagi ko. Kara satyo may am changalagi kay make up sige. So let us say this is a pathogen. What are pathogen? What? This is causing organisms. What are allergens? Top 3. Allergy to one number substance 69 allergens. Whereas this is one number substance 69 pathogens. Pathogens and allergens are together called antigens. Antigens. Any substances or any agents that triggers the production of antibodies. Antibody put on the substance antigens. So what is coming in? What is coming in? Pathogen is coming in. They will be first blocked by, okay, first line of defense. Ko, hingi, sangba yaro ay hani skin sino. Asuk chawa ma ay yama lay ngay nang kamay sangba yato no kain haire. Nang hungry skin sila ngile. Ko, pana la skin sila no. First line of defense. First line of defense share the kana la. Second line of defense example hai. Okay, nang taro ko. Skin se fail hoyer kanda second line generator of the they are the macrophages combustion. Macrophage po again. So let us suppose these are the macrophages. Macrophage. What are macrophages? They are WBCs, right? Capable of doing. Now, macrophages should get away. Polaga, pathogens. Let's talk to clear. That clear a lot. So the pathogens are phagocytosized by the macrophage na chaponi. What am I so that whatever the pathogens that get ingested by the macrophage will be split into small pieces, will get digested higher. The pathogen don't digest okay, but still smaller fragments will be there, which are still antigenic already. Sorry. These pathogens will get phagocytosized by the macrophages. So what are green things present inside the macrophage? They are the pathogens, which has already been phagocytosized by the macrophage and clips into smaller fragments that have become devastated. Now, after eating away, pathogens the macrophage the macrophage ki manung the still yaure the smaller pieces of the pathogens yaure magi body manung the pathogens things pieces things they get exposed to their surface they exposed to it. Concept khamba kitang lubani muna tawba. What cell I'm talking about? Macrophage. In the first place, macrophage is ingesting the pathogen, okay, digested into smaller pieces. The pieces are then exposed to the surface. Surface exposed to it. Chinida. Was it inini ma'am like? How the inini ma'am like fire? Alo, so she won't inini like, please be aware. Ready to like, where are we? Exposed to the macrophage is exposing the antigen to rest of the body cells. Body cells exposed to it. Presenting. You know the present. Present I'm going to present a song. Or the inside the rigutu macrophage na antigen do sasale macet thugare macet mayam do magi cell surface da puthora mayam dule dali ko sigum ga antigenic property chain do hi ama ai khoi body da change we must do something very quickly otherwise a havoc will be happen atawal ke crime thok to na ide dali ko once macrophage na magi cell surface da antigenic properties exposed or this macrophage will now be called as antigen presenting cell. What is this called? What is this? Why? Because it is presenting the antigen to the rest of the body cells, especially the B cells, T cells. Okay, go ahead say, what is this? This is antigen presenting cell. These things are not in the NCRT, but she come like topic antigen presenting cell or APC. Yaraba, the antigen presenting cell head from the ground. It will immediately activate the most important cells in the body called as T helper cells activate already. Can activate already ma? What now gets activated? Helper T cells helper T cells. A kind of T cells in there. T cells activate already. Was it T cell activate already? T cells activate already. T cells start giving command. Stimulatory. T cell stimulates the production of B cells. B cell produced another command B cells. Now B cell undergoes several rounds of mitosis. B cells under mitosis at a division. Mitosis. Amurak Katanatiko. ID Amurak mitosis will give rise to hundreds and thousands of cells formed already. Can I call all those cells as clones? Mitosis is called equational cell division. Mitosis torko kumasa sing clone I say. because the parents and the daughter will be exactly similar in terms of chromosome number, the structures and morphology. The B cell undergo series and rounds of mitosis and give rise to clones of cells from the rib. Some cells becomes a special cell called plasma cells. B cell karamba kay onraniba plasma cell. Noinga sire suwere de hayoge ko plasma cell masama kana B cell. B cell di clone mitosis or pop. And some of the B cells retain the memory of that pathogen and remain as memory B cell in store to like karam na kay wala ba memory B cells when like sini. Yare ko ngayon sigaw ta. Now, plasma cells na kay launch to reba. Plasma cell now launch the missiles. Kay kapani. Oh, wait a second. Kapan gisyana. What do plasma cells secrete? Plasma cell antibodies. Plasma cells na protein naman thadore. Protein nugi namin antibodies to. Ano ko? Grenade na lang si. Kapsali na. Tugay here. Kaya himating na tugay. If the pathogens are eliminated with the help of antibody, such type of immunity is known as antibody-mediated immunity or humoral immunity. Antibody की मतें ना pathogen eliminate तोड़वा such type of immunity is called antibody-mediated immunity, direct na humoral immunity. So what immunity I'm talking about? Ay sisilaw to kasi noy the line na bahay na sir na suot po ni antibody की मतें ना चलागा mahing to hatar di kay ko ba AMI ko. Yari ko. Or like tadi AMI hai deba. AMI di antibody mediated immunity hai ko. Or kay humoral immunity hai ko. Humoral immunity. What is humoral immunity? It is that immunity where pathogens are eliminated with hello antibodies produced by the B cells like a plasma cell heading by adadi question naman lakto sila. Humoral immunity si kay cell ki mateng na antibodies ki mateng na with hello produced by the cell ko B cells. B cells higher siya plasma cell higher siya pero option do ki matungin na iki patigo. Yari ko. Now antibody ki mateng na tugari ko antibody mediated immunity hai siya. Now, ato ko kutuga am lady. Yaraktre ba siyo? Antibodies na tuwa kasi. Ato tardi T cells. Some of the helper T cells they change themselves into they stimulate the production of cytotoxic T cells. Am sa T cell am layer. Killer T cells ko. Cytotoxic T cells. Lan se to ma tam nam bana ni thau se yaw re anai ma chen na thado pula ni ya da ka ni ko se ko ne ya ra tre. So the T cell itself go and kill the pathogen. T cell mas samang chat or hat pa adi cell mas samang chat ha ne cell mediated immunity. Cell ki mate eliminate organa cell mediated immunity. Antibody ki mate eliminate organa antibody mediated immunity. Can I put it as CMI? Chief Minister of India. Yare ko. No entry ko. During this encounter, some of the helper T cells differentiate themselves into memory T cells. Memory T cells when a body the retain to le ni hai. Sikangadra kay no ka isa. Kay immunity the delay is still. Acquired. This thing CPM sa holiday ay sang they are like this reaction, all this reaction happens only when the pathogens take entry into the body. Ay body na mahik na changa ganda kang generate to na immunity nga pala acquired neba. Project question se acquired immunity na disease ka na fight to be hakan either through antibody production or through cell production hai to antibody ki production ki through the organ AMI cell masama na halaga CMI hello. Yar sir sivog da okay sivog tang thang ye ko ay ado point na ko ki. Video budi thang din har kan yedo maru oi ba smaina like ta thang wei da sensitive sinjan ba phai like ta thang wei like ta thang you tell mo go da song Mana manungi green gas anto hapus ya ko petrogen sangati macrophage na thinani macrophage le APC walani APC all target helper T cell activate torni helper T cells na either B cells suma or cytotoxic T cells on the mass mana par share so I tai ga shira wari pantang lo shira bisi ko ai wari kara hai lo ge can I push up igap ra ge so I mukti arbaro tak gat ke ko makha de ira ko yana ba some sites na karama makal ki elimination na humoral humoral immunity di kai gi mateng na fight to ba antibodies की production लगी fight होगा some sites ना कई की मतें ना fight होगा cytotoxic T cell की मतें ना अदुना कई होगा cell mediated immunity or CMI है तो नट्रा cell mediated immunity now I point kita होगी ये बना ताऊगा antibody produce तो होंगे नट्रा cytotoxic T cell produce तो होंगे से काना नदी लोई कर जो तरह helper T cells na katote. Aduna HIV infection to kan AIDS na kan destroy to helper T cells. The helper cells will get destroyed. Yani ko, ana HIV infection is puira puira kan da hausang na hanggar kuse B cells na tema. Cytotoxic T cells na tema kana. Helper T cells. Without helper T cells, no one is available to give command to the B cells and the T cells. So definitely a immune system yang sa ina weak already. Ang immune system weak oy baga mari lai na balai na may na ni balai diarrhea na pe pneumonia na pe TB na sila pe ko siguro may na resi ko ne X na lai si X ha balai na lai ko ne tipo now kidai na po na ko pala wala ba sa sida ani khutang pala ho humoral immunity ga cell mediated immunity ga khena ba amadi khlo khre amana kai gi mate na fight ho antibody gi amana cytotoxic T cells or killer T cells gi mate na fight ho aham si point si ne haparo ke ba the second and third point of difference है अखोई body से सर हानदगी सो हाई के nature से अखोई body से program सेमन गुमा तम दबा our body is programmed in such a manner that no foreigners or foreign bodies are allowed into our body अखोई body the foreign bodies are the somewhere even sperms are not allowed into the woman's body that's why out of 300 million sperms is ejaculated by the male partner only 100 will be available इस year का just 100 अपने available हुए तो 300 कहीं female की reproductive tract of macrophages, monocyte, neutrophils, मैम लेमोन मैम तो phagocytosis और सी लोग की जो है यानी को अन मराई बक फब खरा खतने बही मोरी दो यानी को मराई बक फब सिंग जुदाई ने नोई कोले इमेंस सुमाई तो ना एकुई की body the foreigners of the somewhere but we have heard about organ transplantation तारे को heart transplantation, liver transplant, lung transplant तारे organ transplantation से blood group तंग सामने organ transplant हो गया देखो tissue compatibility नम सुले tissue compatibility है ना सी सर्व cell ने लोर से नेको सी ना नंगी cell है इबानी से blood group से A आतोर में blood group से डी compatible हो रहे हो blood group compatible हो रहे मतलब organ transplantation से इबानी की मदद से जहाँ गया तारी we have to check for another compatibility called tissue compatibility नंबर जहाँ tissue compatibility से ना कमाइन तो गे हम तंदा अखोई की cells है cell की plasma membrane से की surface ता glycoprotein हम ना पेर may I know what is glycoprotein protein से carbohydrates glycoprotein हम ना पी glycoprotein ने में MAC कोई measure histocompatibility complex size C की carbohydrates का C carbohydrates का चाना रहा then only I can say that these two tissues are compatible and is compatible with iron. Blood group of channel is compatibility. We cannot go for organ transplant already. Even if she was under a male or single, Sandra X over menial or C, Y or C, X the organs, Y is the transfer to select. Here I go. According to immune systems, I only understand sensitive or why the immune system not come here. Some of the organs are sanitation for it. Even though we are compatible in terms of blood group, in terms of tissue, compatible with our immune system can what to say can screen that the incoming organ is not of our own type. Ako'y isagi on na day mapan di foreign organ na mahapsali. Now the question is, where the immune system na come to organ transplant reject of the Yari Changa, other thing of Tusha, current immunity no high cell mediated immunity. Humoral immunity cannot react against the organ transplant. Organ transplant react on them. Very good. Another cell mediated like they will respond again. They will respond against organ transplant. High or graft. Graft adi mapandaki hapsal organ transplant. Organ transplant response to this current immunity cell mediated immunity. Second, they response against Kanadasu response only against cancer cells. Cancer cells is respond to against cancer cells. Miyama say cancer papa na ko. Because if any cancer is available in our body, they will get killed by the cell mediated immunity. Cytotoxic T cells are hatu cancer cells. Adu mamakter kan dali na basically. Yari kan over wala kan. Humoral immunity they do not respond. They do not show any response against organ transplant. Organ transplant haige hebra, graft haige hebra, haining ba mahbiro. Second point, they will not react against cancer. Okay? Not react against cancer. How many points are written here? How many points you understood? 3. Definition. Amana antibodies, amana cells general. Aduma kage. Together with these 2 points, I put point. Kangi haina lobe yarabra. Yareko. So these are the 2 mechanisms how acquired immunity fight or eliminates any disease causing conditions quantified together. Yareko. Project matang sari gaisila ay haidi to wali something biro mutatri gaisila. Ay kitang chingthagi yarabra. Yareko. Already sir, the body the machine mahigam janata the reactions this chain of reaction must happen first so as to produce a so antibodies to put okay already macrophage and collateral chani macrophage to antigen presenting cell on chani antigen presenting cell no T helper cell activate tom chani T helper cell no B cells activate tom chani B cells plasma yang series of reaction needs to be happen. Already ko sige reaction sam chani that takes time. She never matam yam chani se. There you go. But during that first encounter, what was already formed? Do I need to form B cells again? No, because my body already has got B cells again, sir, that was it. My body already has got the T cells. They were near first encounter today. Amu patang sa patang today. Amu B cells form to ngale. Actually, that's very nice. Matang sa patang today memory T cells form to ngale. Patang sa patang today antibodies form to ngale. First encounter ki matam that this reaction must go on for the production of the antibodies or for the cell to respond. While when the pathogen enters the body second time, the body already has got the memory B cells, memory T cells, antibodies, so they will directly launch the missiles. Without waiting for this reaction to take place again. So the second response will be very fast. It will be very fast in the sense that before the onset of the symptoms, disease key symptoms, eliminate now, one point here, last point. Mahik naman na ay body ga ihan hanat sa po matanda ay immune system na against the mahik to the whatever response. So we call it primary immune response. Will that be slow or fast? It will be very slow. It will be very slow and it will be of low intensity response. In that case, the virus or the bacteria might win the battle. But from that encounter, what was prepared in the body? The antibodies, the B cells, and the T cells. So that when the same pathogen enters the body second time, the response will be very fast. It will be a fast response and also high intensified response. And that second response is what we call as secondary immune response. Response yang body response primary immune response. Second time, same pathogen another same pathogen response secondary immune response. was it anger so I get up. Sana smile past time is until Laga, Spencer and Central Lucky that in the I may lose in that battle. I already know about but doing the part of the market tactics and market moment of character like learning or new individual. I lost of cards. So that playing to some card, it's something I mean a cover down. And I assume so already. So the second response will be very fast and very quick. What is that second response called? Secondary immune response. First response, no. I will have vaccination that we say. Why do we vaccinate? We vaccinate just to develop the secondary immune response generate from them. I secondary immune response noise generate from them. Can I sense this like? Okay. Next. So now we say what? Jose, I couldn't talk about acquired immunity now. Mahiksi combine eliminate of we have either through the production of antibodies or through the production of cytotoxic T cells. Accordingly, we have the humoral and cell-mediated immunity. Let's talk deep about humoral immunity. So let's see. What are humoral immunity? May I know the another name of humoral immunity? Antibody mateng now. Pathogen to eliminate the immunity to humoral immunity. So who produced antibodies? In humoral immunity, the B cells, after differentiating themselves into plasma cells, produce. They produce B cells no hierarchy. B cells ka plasma cells can deko. Yung the maming ama nickname because they are clones of one another. B cells na kay thadorani ba? Antibodies thadorani. Noi hana kamam gadra kamam moidra kam deko. Ay manung yung naswa para ni thazade. Jay ama ni para kamusin. Yung sila kasi kandroni. Hana kamam magade it's very good. So what are antibodies? Ay nga kay nasabi misala. So antibodies itself is a protein. Kind of antibodies eh? Protein. Antibodies is made up of 4 polypeptide chain. Protein chain marine same structure. Kaya na siya made up of 4 polypeptide chain. 4 polypeptide chains. Polypeptide chain marine structure. Polypeptide di kayo na? Protein sune polypeptide. Protein chain marine side. Protein di kayo side. Amino acid side. Let us suppose this is one protein chain. The protein chain ang nila see. This is another protein chain. Siguro ba protein chain kaya yung niya na? Mari yaw siya. Mari di manung da ani yung diyang sangin. Sang nila lume. Sang ba ni we call it lume na heavy chain birds. Their weight is as high as about 50 kilograms to be sang lume hai. See, asang ba chain ni se kay ko ba? Heavy chain. Sang nila lume lumam nila heavy ko rin. Heavy chain. Heavy chain kaya over there. Heavy chain and EVR. And they have 2 light chain. Attend the protein chain and EVR. Puna protein chain kaya tare? Mari. Attend the chain and isna teli yangi haidana mo isna kay ko ba? Light chain ko. Light chain go. Heavy chain go kaya yung light chain and heavy chain and so antibodies are represented by IS2L2 I name. Heavy chain and yawi. Light chain and yawi I name. Yare po. Ay hindi ko yun. Ay, picture mo yung lagi makanay ko. Ay po. Kaya na yes. Chichen sir. Protein din. Kaya sa amin. Amino acid hamin. Protein din. Have I told you biomolecules? Top 3. Biomolecules top 3, but still chemistry the biomolecules ka protein kami na tra. Protein since amino acid na sare kami. Protein di N naman di N terminus side niya, mana C terminus side niya hanak kami. Hangi po. Yang samtak na sanggupta bidak palabada protein se kaya they are polymers of amino acid. I also told you what is amino acid, sir. Come and define the way. They've said come and define the way, sir. Na amino acid. Sir na tausu tau kita na hero. Derivative of methane hai sir na. Amino acids are derivative of methane. Methane to the hydrogen mari junga ama kana na replace to ba. COH na amna kana na. Amino group na amadi dom hydrogen wala thambirasi na maite sindopira si amadi any group amana ain hangai hai di male si R say alternative ko any group Ana group manade khang na R1 hake. Another amino acid number loroge CR2 COOH. You got it. This is NH2 ra. Can I put NH2 like this? NH ice. This is hydrogen. C double bond O says my yabra. C double bond O ice na. So what am I drawing here? This is one amino acid. This is another amino acid. Another will be there and so on. Amino acid anisi kai reaction to dehydration reaction. Silagi O H2 water mangrani H2O. So that carbon will be directly linked to nitrogen. This carbon nitrogen bond is called peptide bond. Matama samani. Adi protein dugi N amada amino lady ne. Protein dugi N amada carboxyl lady. So protein the N amada N terminus coil. Another terminal, another C terminus here. C terminus represents the carboxyl N. The other N represents the amino N. N terminus I say. Very good. What's it? Look here. So here is the structure of antibodies. How many chains have you seen? 4 chains. 2 light chains. These are, wait a second. Okay. So what are these 2 chains called? This one and this one? Heavy chain. And these 2 small chains are the light chains. However, what is this reason here? What do they mark? Look here. Combine mark to look here. What do they mark? Yam line higher say. Antibodies na ye isa. Antibodies na tuwa kasi kaya. Whatever antibodies are just supply to them. Listen to. Supply bang. Adi supply the antigen to na lamo na napam sandro. Napam do kaya. Antigen binding site. Question kamera from mani kumbra. Antigen binding site is present towards the C terminus, N terminus, and Torani. Kodam yaw. To N terminus on the yaw Ready po? C terminus na lati towards the N terminus, antigen binding sites are present. Sisi mga kamjan biro. Ready po? Sibo kam tardi ay partner again. Okay, para si. Sa atin ngangi may hamdu kay para against it. No. Antang pamilisyon sarga. We are talking about what? Acquired immunity. My character na nagdagdag chungge po. Are they specific? So they are pathogen specific. What does this mean? They can fight only a specific pathogen only. Then, when I'm saying they, antibody. One antibody can fight only one antigen. Antibody amaga antigen amaga react only. It is characterized by, are they capable of retaining memory? Yes, so they are capable of retaining memory. The second piece is, third, when do they develop? Are they always available? They generate only after birth. When encountered with a, they develop only when we encounter with the pathogen. Nahi tuga thingaru ba matamda ka generate to kada immunity ne. Yarasigo. Then makha patharasi. I say them when it encounters a pathogen, like we body sina immune system sina mahi ka encounter to for the first time. Yana na thingaru matamda body na ulaiba response to kai ko produce a response ko primary immune response. The first response shown by the immune systems against a pathogen for the first time is known as primary immune response, which is very fast, right? No. Which is very slow and low intensity with an name. If that pathogen is entering the second time, subsequent encounter with the same pathogen, initiate a highly intensified secondary response. Intensified response. What is that response called? Secondary immune response, also called an amnestic response. Secondary shown as an amnestic response. Mahik amana, I give body the second time I give body do not fully response to secondary immune response or an amnestic response. Yarba. This is why, may I know why the second response is very fast? Because the body already retains the memory of the first encounter, right? This is ascribed to the fact that our immune system, that is, our body has the capability of retaining the memory of the first encounter. And the encounter to be memory retained to any. This is not happening in case of innate immunity. Whereas you go. Next, look here. The primary immune response and the secondary immune response, these are type of acquired macrocyte. They are carried out with the help of 2 special type of lymphocytes. One called the B lymphocytes and another called the T lymphocytes. Mo ini sina mating sa player. Inet na kayo. Barriers ke matena. Sila na B cells ka T cells ka. Yo. The B cells produce an army of proteins, protein group in response to the pathogen in our blood to fight with them. These proteins are called as antibodies. Do T cells produce antibodies? Do T cells produce antibodies? What is their job? Their job is to help or stimulate or the T cells themselves do not produce antibodies but help B cells to produce them. I say. T cells B cells antibodies. Each antibody molecule has 4 polypeptide chain, 2 small called the light chain and 2 long called the heavy chain. Hence, antibody C H2L2 different types of, as many as about 5 different types of antibodies are produced in our body. Antibodies the main obvious antibodies can pass through placenta. Placenta, how does that number antibodies? The only antibodies out of 5 that can pass through placenta is IgG. Mother's skin milk. Mother's skin milk also in saliva, ears antibodies number. And that antibodies is IgA. Mamaki colostrum the oxygen. Mga to like the mga iramre like the hong ka apa men na isu hong sita ta focus to IgE sule IgA, IgM, IgE, IgZ. They are all antibodies ke types na kare. So they are all proteins, right? Protein se karan mo makikita protein na kare immunoglobulin protein ko. Ano na Ig they are made up of a special type of protein called immunoglobulin. Hence, the letter Ig is given while describing the antibodies. I mark type on which way it's the way I go. I quite body that any infection of Janatana, any infection of Tangbakanda, Ihan Hana put for the antibodies, they are IgM opposite. Dengue are the surgeon. Now, they also guess of the doctor company, we can assure you. I was sick of the Sasa Tanai hair. IgM is so happening. Adunganda, IgG, Ig, email to for Kiro Haversan, I say. They are produced letter one. Yana and father to say. Adana, Kona Butroka to taste or negative on the name from the way to be. And a Hogatan infection that under we must check for IgM check over the I say. So the first antibodies to be produced during a viral or bacterial infection are the IgM composition. One more. What do you know about IgZ? The one that can pass through? What do you know about IgA? The one that is present in the mother's milk, colostrum. What do you know about IgM? They are the first produced antibodies during any infection. What do you know about IgE? They are produced during allergic reaction. Allergic reaction allergy to test IgE test IgE to masay on to what there is somewhere in your body there is an allergic reaction no makapagisi antibody makal mari se phabiro mari sida magi point momdo IgA sina normal tewa IgG na placenta phamaba IgM na ihang na putopa IgE na allergic reaction na siga tane publish a cartoon of a cartoon of an antibody is given in figure 8.4 diagram of the cartoon 9. Cartoon is so antibody how many polypeptide chains are there? 4. And those 4 polypeptide chains are held together by different disulfide bonds. Disulfide bonds say masing phazan biro. Yes, very good. Adum phazan biro. Yarniko 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 disulfide bond 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, sorry, 16 and 1 point to be noted, kadon they are the antigen binding site. And term N side on the R. Now, okay, see. Because of these antibodies are found in the, because these antibodies are found in the blood, the response is called humoral immune response. Have I mentioned you the term humor in the beginning of my lecture here? What is it? Body fluid. Blood is one of them. That's why blood the antibody yahalal matunda fight away the humoral immunity and go. Because antibody say hita tower space like blood mark play on to or patient who is humoral immunity is antibody mediated immunity is super. Here's go. This is one of the two types of our acquired immune response. Okay, this is one of the two types of acquired immune response. Antibody mediated, antibody mediated immune. The second type is called cell mediated immune response or cell mediated immunity. Here, in cell mediated immunity, which cell involves? The T lymphocyte mediated immunity. Directly, the T lymphocyte will go and fight the disease. Very often, when some human organs like heart, eyes, liver, kidney fails to function satisfactorily, transplantation is the only remedy to enable the patient to live a normal life. CMI. Then a search begins to find a suitable donor. Why is that the organs cannot be taken from just anybody? Because if we do transplantation among the incompatible individuals in our immune system will show serious and greatest immune response reject company. You must graft from just any source, an animal, another primate, or another human beings cannot be made since the graft would be rejected sooner or later. No organ transplantation kidney transplant liver transplant actually liver food transplant liver liver once transplantation transplantation they will be given drugs called immunosuppressive drugs. These are immune system otherwise immune system not reject immunosuppressive drug may I know what immunosuppressive drug is? Very good. Cyclosporin A, which is isolated from cyclosporin A. Anyone? From a yeast called nothing. Cyclosporin A. Haru. Trichoderma polysporum lagi. From a fungus called Trichoderma polysporum lagi. Tissue matching, blood group matching are essential for graft within transplant tissue matching and blood matching essential before undertaking any graft transplant, and even after this the patient has to take immunosuppression all his or her life. Immunosuppression drugs are the transplant patient section boil immune system the body is able to differentiate. Look here, one very important point is here. Our immune system character they can recognize self and non-self. Isagi cell 100% difference accurately and efficiently. So the body, especially our immune system, is able to differentiate self and non-self, and the cell-mediated immune response is responsible for the graft rejection. Graft rejection cell-mediated, and especially self and non-self recognize the issue cell-mediated immune response. So this is all about the beginning part of the acquired immunity. See what are the acquired immunity? See, okay. Next, coming to, we have two more terms called one called active immunity and another called passive immunity. Let's go back to the board again. Active to passive one is active immunity. Vaccination and another is passive immunity. active का passive का से क्या use करते हैं? May I know the definition of active and passive? Active sentence है यार तो सुनिए हो लोग यार after sila focus to siya ba nasay sir na hydrochloric especially every body da immune system response to siya ba tong changi yan antibody production takes time then cell mediated immune response to siya ba tong changi yan hay ba adugi duma hagatan hamse makan side adugi idea si malay ri hai na active immunity din ay gi body da mahik amat changi yan naturally or either you deliberately inside it. Like body that deliberately make inject of very power. As in case of so vaccination जगह तो इसे नहीं तो है काफी से यानी बात like अकोई polio vaccine तो इसे polio virus तो ले लो काफी से कारण का virus की कोई बात which has the capability of activating the immune system but cannot cause disease. Disease one में मक्तिंग अंदरवा but immune system activate तो वो property को दिया हुआ है नहीं तो यानी बात हना अई body का naturally नहीं अमर चंगावा नत्रगना deliberately नहीं से काफलवा अरे ताड़ी against those mahik what will be generated in the body the B cells the T cells and the antibodies mahik amana अई body का naturally चंगावा नत्रगना deliberately चंगावा मतुंगा against the mahik to the अई body ना B cells T cells and antibodies plus वरगा अई immune system से कंफर्ट अंताड़ी that immunity is known as active immunity को natural production of immunity against the pathogen. Ready for? Mahik to be against the body na automatically immune system generate or about active immunity for. Ready for? Now let's go back to the diagram that I have given. I have big blank here. Make some game section to green me now. Try generate away. I have like this kind of protein. Necrophages. They will change to antigen presenting cells. Antigen presenting cell will activate T helper cells. T helper cells either activate B cells or cytotoxic T cells. The B cells will produce antibodies. The antibodies will kill the pathogen. I told you. Nothing. Make the child naturally body to the events. Fully safe. And through all those reactions happening in the body naturally, what gets generated in the body? The immune system. The immunity gets generated. Immunity calculated. Through the production of antibodies, through the production of B cells and the T cells. So my body naturally immunity generated opposite against the pathogen naturally is known as active immunity will get this active immunity will get takes time. See, but I win natural produce the wrong eye possibility. Adu sir toina haiba. Kari gumba kan kare natural production of antibodies labor ya to like snake bite haido. Lina chigeba. Lina chigin lina kay hasalam snake venom Korean Mapadi for another Hagidra against the venom cake B cells, T cells, antibodies generated on Eva, but with Mangani Kumi the sometime. And the Mangani Kumi in that case, we require ready-made antibodies that are well. On a direct ready-made antibodies when inject our immunity we call it passive immunity. Naturally, body immunity generates active immunity. This will take time, which will be very slow, but tapcha darsu madi long lasting di anh machine chicken book na third again chicken book now so now kai generate on it third immediate so that active immunity generating in my body will last lifetime I don't think some other legal chicken book to adi long lasting way madi whereas machine sir lean chicken I antivenom antivenom di ready made antibodies couple phare haying mukti haying chum shi memory retain long lasting way there madi passive immunity will not long last while active immunity will last long maybe sometimes the lifetime much of the now active immunity se kaino haige ko they are the immunity generated in the body when a pathogen enters the body naturally or deliberately injected. deliberately injected. Haksangda thawinki mahikse kapsalaba natragana mahiksina naturally tangaba matamda algi body duna against it put for immunity to active immunity kowi. Yareko. Habra naturally delivery kaniko. But it is very slow. It takes time. Slow hires it takes time. Matam kwinchangin. But it will be long lasting. Long lasting and less side effect. Less haigongeda, no side effect. Snake venom di beraniko. Linek chiaba. Nang sigera sangera lindo nang sakung naman ho. Ani sigera sigera. Lindo itamara pagda neta. Masak to orso. Nata de horan ko aduna step amo mukha step mukha le ning chale na tukhala da ka poi bahan. Tia sang to na kari no chiam na ta de sera to ko bran che bhai ko ki ka sa de aduna sa chi ni. Ko anti venom do. Anti venom do da horan amo antigenic or amo kena reaction to kun. Ano after mana de venom se khara ni hemotoxic ni khara na neurotoxic brain detect to gale se. Viper ga sini phera ni ko. Phera ne sini within 1 hour manu po de lo ya. Ching da ka chat pa ta ri pa le ti. Phone tao số về lại video calling tao ima chỉ tôi đấy passive immunity là comment tao antibodies generated by artificially injecting ready-made antibodies yani ko immunity generated by artificially injecting ready-made antibodies. I question am thange. Mama na machada sangongi through the immunity no karamda. Yes, Matagadi antibody sungam remina, mama na already sungopi level piece, Adam Natawa. Perception of anile. Natural passive immunity and artificial passive immunity. As I said, snake can copy the pain. Natural artificial passive immunity. Mama na beat the mama natural passive immunity. Natural passive immunity going at the long. Yareko, others will come the Next, atopokai happy very fast. You will get the relief very fast. I very fast. I say relief comes from the family. I nico. Nang masay snake na 6 do halaga ko ng para la ni. Very fast. High relief 5 to 6 kung namin jutsa daw isang sin. And long lasting or masi? Not long lasting. And magiti kay nainiwa side effect. Okay, so these things to be understood. Sessions, what come on, again, one of the parts it off. Okay. See, get this in the Suyanda. Okay. Says, this she looks in the Pamina, say, I do. You know some the parts of the game come. Look here. When a host is exposed to antigen, body say antigen the thing which may be in the form of living or dead microbes or VI or other proteins. Microbes that are not share. Microbe on the microwave. They not on the protein or share. Like tetanus got what is it? Tetanus what is it? Microbacterium titani go bacteria amni thole bacteria na te ham sati se bacteria na toxic protein na sungye adu toxin ni ekoi da bena yam thole se mahik tu na budi sungbo ba mahik masal na te ba ekoi da dangerous boy se mahik tu na sungbo toxic protein tu ne proteins antibodies are produced in the host body ekoi gi body se antigen amaga thingaru ra antigen do hing boy bi asi boy bi protein di form do bi our body will generate antibodies present. This type of immunity is called active immunity. The body automatically immunity generates active immunity. Active immunity but it is slow and takes time. But to give its full effective response. aduna aikoi active immunity da rely tawai leiba yarataba matang yawi harba. That's when we require passive immunity da garoi shadudani. Yani ko injecting microbes deliberately during immunization, either vaccination or infectious organism gaining access into our body during natural infection induce active immunity. Karam kanda active immunity generate rokani deliberately mahik se kapa ba natragana naturally body da mahik se saksa again sadapu rokon. When ready-made antibodies are directly given to the body against foreign agent, it is called passive immunity. This will be very fast, and you will get immediate relief from you. So do you know why mother's milk is considered very essential for the newborn infant? Because the mother is providing passive immunity to the baby in the form of IgA. That's all. Mother's milk. The yellowish fluid colostrum secreted by the mother during the initial days of lactation has abundant antibodies IgA to protect the infant. The fetus also receives antibodies from their mother through placenta during pregnancy. May I know that antibody, please? IgG. These are some examples of passive immunity. Now, let's take back to some of the all about passive immunity. Yeah, let's see what now. Now, your turn.